Did you know? Godzilla was designed to originally look like a sea creature. During the production of the original 1954 film Gojira, producer Tomoyuki Tanaka wanted to shy away from the lizard-like designs to help distinguish his film from the American-made Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. During the production, the movie's storyboard artists were simply told to draw a giant sea creature, as Godzilla's design had yet to be settled on. Many designs were considered, from a massive octopus to a humanoid creature whose head was supposed to invoke a mushroom cloud. Between Tanaka, director Ishiro Honda, and special effects director Eiji Tsuburaya, no one could decide what the creature should look like. They eventually decided to base Godzilla's design around a mixture of dinosaurs, combining elements of an iguanodon, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and a Stegosaurus to create the final iconic look. Godzilla was initially going to be a stop-motion animated picture in the vein of a Ray Harryhausen film. However, due to the complexities of this style of filmmaking and an estimated 7-year production time, Tsuburaya reluctantly decided to create another method called suitmation. In this style, the special effects artist meticulously crafted miniature sets and filmed the special effects from low angles and using varying camera speeds to achieve a striking look. The original suit had some serious problems during the first days of filming, however, as it weighed over 200 pounds and the suit actors could barely get it to move. The production team had to make a slimmer, more flexible design for filming purposes. While the next costume was a notable improvement, the padded suit and hot studio lights still caused problems. The two actors within the suit, Haruyu Nakajima and Katsumi Tezuka, regularly fainted, and a cup of sweat had to be drained from the suit after every use. Nakajima ended up losing 20 pounds during the filming of Godzilla due to this. The Godzilla suit initial design had a distinct skin texture that was meant to resemble keloid scars, the scarring that could be found in survivors of the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This feature was subsequently dropped from future Godzilla designs. However, in the upcoming Shin Godzilla, the iconic monster once again sports the classic scarred design. In 1954, when Gojira was released in Japan, moviegoers across the country were frightened as the nuclear disaster that befell the country was still a recent memory. During Godzilla's rampage through downtown Tokyo, one of the buildings he destroys is Toho Theater, a real-world theater that Gojira was being screened in at the time. Allegedly, some people thought the theater was being attacked in real life and fled the building in terror. Japanese production company Toho is known for letting the Godzilla franchise rest for years with the intention of starting a new series or era and producing several films back-to-back during that one era. During one of these lulls in the 1990s, Sony Pictures obtained the rights to make an American version of the character. Upon viewing the film, executives at Toho were so unhappy that they made a mandate to make sure that subsequent Godzilla movies would declare the American version a failure. In 2001's Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, two characters speak of a giant monster who is seen in New York. In the film, the Americans say it was Godzilla, but Japanese experts disagree. In Godzilla Final Wars, a computer-generated CG monster, simply named Zilla, attempts to battle the real Godzilla to, comical results. Godzilla's iconic roar was created using a musical instrument. During the production of the 1954 original, musical composer Akira Ifukube took a more unique approach to the audio design. The sound team worked with many different animal roars at first, but didn't really get the results they wanted. Akira and his team found a solution by covering a leather glove in pine tar resin and rubbing it against the strings of a double bass. This led to the unique, low-pitched sound that became the classic Godzilla shriek. For Legendary Pictures' adaptation of Godzilla, sound designers Ethan Van Duren and Eric Adahal wanted to create their own unique-sounding roar. Although secretive about the methods used, they reportedly rented enormous 100,000-watt speakers from the Rolling Stones. With these, they blared the sound in public to record how it resonated in the urban environment. While adequate notice was given to the citizens of Burbank, California that movie sound effects were publicly being tested, the local police still received many calls from people who were startled by the roar. Reflecting on the event, Van der Rijn stated, "What that allowed us to do was exploit this vast universe of sounds that really no one had ever heard before. The sound we were playing actually traveled over 3 miles. In 2005, the director of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Yoshimitsu Banno, gained exclusive rights to produce a 3D IMAX version of Godzilla for American markets. Tentatively titled Godzilla 3D to the Max, the film would have followed Godzilla's path of destruction through South and North America in order to fight a kaiju called Deathla. Deathla's appearance would have been similar to Banno's previous creation, Hedorah. Many speculate 3D to the Max would have been a cleverly disguised sequel to Godzilla vs. Hedorah. This film was abandoned after a year of development hell in favor of the legendary reboot, on which Banno still served as a co-executive producer. Godzilla has made appearances and cameos in some very unusual places. In the 1970s, Marvel gave Godzilla his own comic book, simply titled Godzilla, King of the Monsters. During this series, members of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four battle Godzilla during his rampage. After a long stalemate, Godzilla seems to listen to the pleas of a young boy and then just returns to the sea. In 1978, Hanna-Barbera produced a Godzilla animated cartoon called the Godzilla Power Hour, which took far more inspiration from Scooby-Doo than Toho's movie series. This becomes clear with one look at Godzuki, a talking miniature Godzilla who behaves a lot like Scrappy-Doo. In 2015, a Godzilla-themed hotel opened up in Japan that incorporated the giant radioactive dinosaur into hotel rooms. Due to this, Japan officially granted Godzilla citizenship in Japan and even made him Shinjuku's tourism ambassador. Godzilla is also one of 15 fictional characters to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, alongside famous stars like Bugs Bunny, The Simpsons, and Shrek. While Godzilla is a fantasy-based monster, several scientists have weighed in on the plausibility of his real-world existence. The sheer weight of Godzilla would crush his own flesh and bones if he were on land, killing him almost instantly. As pain signals travel throughout the nervous system at roughly 2 feet per second, Godzilla would likely be dead before he even felt the damage. Though Godzilla is just simply too massive to survive on land, it may be possible for him to survive underwater. If you want more monster movie trivia, check out the Did You Know Movies video on Jurassic Park. Don't forget to subscribe for more facts and trivia, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Hi, I'm Matt from SuperBestFriendsPlay, and I love Godzilla a lot. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. If you go over to my channel, SuperBestFriendsPlay, you can see lots of Godzilla content, including a whole week of Godzilla and Godzilla-related video games. Please, you need to stop me. I have a problem.